Hey, what's up guys? This is FitDread from FitDread.com doing an update again on my arcade cabinet. So what I'm looking at now is my garage, and as you can see, sawdust is lining the floor, and it's ridiculous up in here. It's pretty much like a mess. This is a product of a weekend's worth of hard work sitting right here. So this is what I got built so far. We're looking at pretty much the shell of the cabinet glued together and screwed together. So it's actually pretty freaking nice so far. I did a lot of cuts. I was able to get the round edges. I made a template for my edges over here. It's actually behind there. And using my router. Right here I have you can see I have it's a template router bit that lets me ride with that little ball bearing you have there, whatever you call it, right around that with another piece of wood. So I got identical sides here, and then my top, and I got all the pieces cut out, and I kind of got like little drawings on them. But so let me tell you where I'm at right now. I can throw it all together. It's Sunday today. I did most of this yesterday. All the cutting and gluing this together. I'm kind of at a standstill right now because I want to work on the control panel. I was able to get it in here yesterday and mount it so it's all perfect at an angle. The piece here, the front piece, and then the top piece are glued together. That's all upstairs. And what I want to do is finish that part. But to do that, I gotta figure out what I want to use for the top. As far as the artwork goes, because what I want to do is I'm going to take this acrylic sheet I have here, cut it to size, and before I drill any of the holes, I just kind of want to have the art laid out on top of the control panel. But I was kind of test drilling a few holes with this guy right here, and it's not my favorite piece of equipment here. I hate using this because it almost like starts a fire. Because like if you look at this piece of wood here, you see those dark edges. That's from like when it starts to like, get hot and start to smoke and stuff. So I'm kind of like nervous when I use that stuff just because I don't want to catch my wood on fire, but because it starts to smoke and stuff. But I got to be careful with it, and then it doesn't do it. But when I first started doing it, I was just kind of just holding down the trigger, drilling, and it started to get hot, and so I gave up on that. And it's kind of a mess, honestly, in here. But it all makes sense to me where everything's at least, sort of. I did have an issue with this. I did one thing, measured one thing wrong. And it was sad because I already glued one of these, I don't know which one, already in place. And I had to, like, bust it loose with this rubber hammer I got here, this mallet. I was lucky enough to have that because I didn't want to bust it up with a real hammer. So that guy was kind of nice, not to damage anything. So I was able to bust it loose and then realign and then glue it back on. So that was cool. So basically, got a lot done. I'm feeling pretty good that I know the body is done. In the other room, I'm not going to show you right now, but in the house, I got myself set up with the monitor. It's already mounted in a piece of wood. And I'm going to sit it in here. I have these I decided to put in place, and the monitor would like rest right on that. And then I want the bottom of the wood to rest on another piece down here. But I'm not going to put that in until I know where the control panel rests. And I didn't want to just like glue something on right now. I'm going to bring it out here, but there was so much like mess out here. I didn't want like the monitor or any of the electronics to get dirty. So I want to clean up in here a little bit before I do start bringing stuff out here to put it together. The back panel, if you guys remember my blueprints, there's going to be a hinge right here, and then it's going to hinge like this. I haven't test fitted it yet, but I have a feeling it's not going to fit 100% like I thought it would. So I'm probably going to have to make cuts off of the top part of the wood or the bottom part. Either way, as long as it mounts in here, because it's got to rest on top of this. And then it will have the hinge right here, then the wood all the way up, and then it's got to get under here. So, I It's a lot of work, guys. If you guys do not know anything about this stuff, it's gonna take you hours and hours of research, and like, you might not be perfectly happy with your build because it won't be exact. Basically, I mean, it might be exact depending on how good you are, but I'll tell you right now, I've been taking good care at keeping everything exactly measured properly and everything, and I'm not 100% like to the millimeter, even to the eighth of an inch of an exact measurements. Like, for example, this might be different than this. I mean, this is one thing that was kind of important to me, is getting the front measurements correct, is because you're going to be sitting here looking at it from the front. So I didn't want you to notice any like mismatch in measurements from the front. But you guys can see it. I kind of did a good job. Now there's a few cracks and whatnot that you can see. I bought in an earlier episode, I showed you guys wood filler. I'm going to fill in the edges with, but I don't want to start using that until I'm absolutely sure, like, we're starting to finalize everything, you know what I mean? So I want to put in all the pieces of wood. The marquee piece, there's going to be a piece like this, and then a piece like this. I got to put those in there. So I want to put all those in there. I want to get the back piece on. I want to get the control panel on. So all the like wood components that are going to be attached to this are attached, and then I'll start applying wood filler. But there's not going to be wood filler for the front part or the back part, because those parts open and close. It's just going to be for the crack components that are never going to move up here. One thing I didn't like is I had to drill directly into the outside of the body, and I didn't like that because I didn't want any visible screw holes on the outside where you might see it. But from the front, you can't see it, obviously. But what I'm going to do is just go over this with wood filler and then use a putty knife to flatten it. The sides, I was fortunate enough not to have to drill into the sides. It wouldn't have mattered either way if I did, because I'm putting a vinyl cover on it. But to keep it like 100% flat and uniform, I did not want to drill holes into the sides. I did, however, have to drill up from the bottom, but that's no big deal, into these support beams, just to make sure it held solid. And the wood glue I'm using, I opted for this guy, Gorilla Wood Glue. It's actually freaking strong, dude, because when I was trying to pry this apart, man, I had a ruler in between there, like prying, using that mallet, and I could not get it apart. I mean, if I were to like drop this, if it was like fully loaded with everything in it, maybe, but I doubt it, honestly. And after I use the wood filler in these cracks, like, I anticipate it even getting stronger, all that nice hardened wood filler in the cracks and crevices and everything should keep it nice and sturdy. These supports weren't a part of the original design, but I figured I'd need a way to attach them besides just gluing the boards together. I could glue along these sides and screw in from the side into the actual bottom panels and everything like that, preventing, I wouldn't need this, but, I figured it'd be a little bit more sturdy and, supportive if I did have those. Let's see. I think that's all I got to tell you guys today. My next step is I wanted to go up to FedEx office to see if they would print, was it vinyl or some sort of adhesive sticker that would stick onto the side here, and the whole entire side. So it's got to be fairly large. And then the control panel top, I wanted to have a sticker there with art on it. I didn't want to just have it painted, because it's basically going to be wood, sticker, acrylic sheet on top of that. So I'm waiting on my art decisions to finalize. And I'm going to paint it black. I bought the spray paint and paints and stuff. That's going to be, not this week, because I don't want to start applying paint until I'm done building. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I get myself nice and settled on the build before I start applying paint. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what you see here, maybe you have any comments, just leave them below. I'm gonna update you guys throughout the week as I start completing it. I'm sorry guys, I wanted to film myself cutting all this this wood and how I did it, but really it was just like too time consuming, and you know, this project's already a lengthy one at that, and I kind of just want to show you guys, you know, what I got so far. I wanted to just get it done. I wish, you know, now that I think about it, if I could have bought one like already built online, you know, it's not really a bad option, because holy crap, it's a lot of work, but I'm proud of myself so far. If you guys have any comments, man, just leave them below. I'll talk to you guys later this week. Alright, thanks guys.